So through your 4 phases,
Yep.
um, how many times did you see or experience people that were not receptive to the feedback, to the peer reviews, to make changes to better themselves?
So I've seen it a lot in the Derby phase, the first phase, because that's where you're gonna get the most people that get peered.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the people that didn't listen to the peer reviews, unless in special cases, circumstances that whether you agree or disagree with peer scheming, they'll probably get pushed through and go on and so forth. But a lot of times when people don't listen to the peer reviews in Derby, they just simply get recycled, or they simply would get peered and patrolled and then get out. So you gotta have a little self awareness in the school. Ranger school is definitely one of those things like you can't go in being arrogant, can't go in being stubborn. Even if you make it through whatever reasons, you got lucky, you get peer scheme, and you got a good solid group. Eventually, it will bite you in the butt. Like, um, I thought I was doing just fine. I'll be a perfect example where the rare case of passing all my patrols. Well, guess what? It doesn't matter. I got peered in Florida. That was my fault. You got to take ownership of being peered. And
Why did you get peered in Florida?
I got peered in Florida because I got complacent. I got too tired. I got weak. And, that 10-day FTX in Florida, it gets to you. And for me personally, I took it. I didn't take it personally. I had a good mentor in my squad, and Ranger School is all about setbacks. Is how well you take the setbacks. You kind of need to go into Ranger School with the mindset of like, it's not a 62-day school. If it is, then you earned it. 62 and through, you earned it.
Or you got lucky.
Or you got lucky. But even if you got lucky, hopefully you have that self-awareness to understand like, okay, these are the areas I got lucky, and you get better at it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll be the first to say, me getting recycled in Florida, I will kind of admit that it was probably the best thing that's happened to me. Because
when was the last time you failed anything?
It's been a hot minute. That I had a step back like that. I failed in a number of areas. I just rebound a lot. But like getting peered is probably the most humbling thing, especially as an officer. Because at least in my eyes, getting peered the last phase, that was like, okay, you really dropped the ball.
You really fucked up.
Yeah, exactly. And, it feels, by all means, yeah, it feels like the worst. Especially being in the same barracks as everybody's graduating. It was definitely the most humbling experience I've had so far. But I can tell you this right now, having that experience would better me as an officer, and especially better me as a soldier moving forward. Because that's all Ranger School is. Ranger School is not to like show everybody that like you toughed it out. It's really mostly to show your soldiers that you can, one, be adaptable. Two, when you're hungry and tired, you can get the job done. And three, you can be a team player. Everybody can talk about, does Ranger School still matter? This negative or limelight that Ranger School has, it still matters. Maybe it's not a leadership school that people claim it to be, because they'll teach you leadership, but most importantly, they just want to solidify the leadership you're bringing in already. The people that really are successful in Ranger School, in my eyes, are the ones that already are leaders, and they just need to extra work towards it. That's just my humble opinion. And, being peered, it's not the end of the world. Do not allow it to be the end of the world. Because in some instances, some good soldiers got peered. It just happens. But you're still in the game. Like, being recycled is not the end of the world. You're not a real ranger until you're recycled. Mm-hmm. But the 62 and through guys, hey, good for them. It's what you get out of the Ranger School. That's what it means. And then holding yourself to the standard of the tab.